So what a person wants to do is hodl or save as many Bitcoins as they can. You should not be using your Bitcoins. You should be borrowing fiat or dollars against your Bitcoin and spending those dollars. That's what the rich people do. They borrow against their real estate. They borrow against their stocks and bonds, and they allow them to continue to appreciate. And in turn, basically, they defer their taxes on all their capital gains. So here is, you can do that even with $100, right? You can basically join the club of how the rich people make and save and store their value, but you should use digital assets instead of stocks or bonds because those are already trading at all-time highs, and you don't want to buy these things at their highs.
All right, another question.
That is the worst financial advice you could give. You're telling people to take
financial advice. That's what I do. You just gave it.
You told people to borrow money against their Bitcoin. You told them to go on leverage and take out loans and borrow money. I mean, you know who's going to lose even more money though? The lenders. Anyone dumb enough to lend on Bitcoin, because once Bitcoin implodes, the lenders are going to take a huge hit. You know, that's what happened in the mortgage market, you know, with the subprime market. And I always said this when I was warning about it and encouraging people to short the subprime market. I knew that the lenders were going to be left holding the bag when the people who borrowed money to buy houses couldn't repay their loans. Well, the people who borrow money against their Bitcoin, ultimately, they're not going to have the money back, because I think Bitcoin is going to collapse so fast that the lenders are not going to be able to liquidate the Bitcoin fast enough to recover the loans. And so there's going to be a huge loss among the lending communities because they loaned against a phony asset.
There was just an article in Forbes that listed the 10 richest people in the world and how none of them paid any taxes. And when they dug through their taxes, they realized all of them borrowed against their stock. All of them. Jeff Bezos and Warren Buffett and Steve Jobs. And not Steve
What's
Jobs,
your point? But at
that.
least, look, at least stocks are real assets. Many of them pay dividends that you can use to make your margin payment.
Bitcoin pays dividends, Peter. Bitcoin pays dividends. Price Celsius.
How does Bitcoin pay a dividend?
6.2% dividend. Because we earn yield.
How do you earn yield on Bitcoin? What do you do to generate income on that Bitcoin?
I'm happy to spend an hour with you.
Yeah, you're trading it. You've got to be taking a tremendous amount of risk. The Bitcoin itself doesn't generate any yield.
It does. Just like any other asset can generate yield. Gold.
No, but what earnings does the Bitcoin generate?
Gold generates 5.5% at Celsius. Yield.
No.
Tokenized
what
gold.
What are you doing to generate that? You must be taking tremendous risk to generate those returns. Of course you are.
Okay.
You're not. Of course you must be.
Look, I'm not giving financial advice. I'm just explaining that this is
interest rates are practically zero. How can you get 5% interest on gold?
It's an amazing opportunity for people to unbank themselves, right? Take advantage of this market.
You know who also had an amazing opportunity? Bernie Madoff had an amazing opportunity too. Yeah.
We don't see much leverage in the system, and the recent drop rate, by the way, from 69 to 60 was all liquidations on people who were on margins. Meaning there's almost no margin left at that 55 to 60,000 level.
I have a hard time believing that all of the margin debt somehow has been liquidated on the move back to 59,000, that now there are no more people that have debt on their Bitcoin. There's no way that that's the truth.
I am placing a bet that Bitcoin will be above 150,000 by tax day, by April 15th. We will see Bitcoin going at or above 150,000. It will take a correction after that. I said that several times. It will go back below 100,000. But we have not seen the blow off top yet for Bitcoin.
One of the questions for Peter, actually, is there a certain timeline by which you will say, I was wrong? What needs to happen? Will you still be alive by that timeline? Is there any point that you will perhaps change your views, much like people like Kevin O'Leary have come around and said, you know what, let's reconsider this. What do you need to see happen?
Kevin O'Leary came around because he got bought off. He got involved in a crypto-related company. That's how everybody converts. Once they have a vested interest in making money off the insanity, they join the crowd. That's what's happened.